in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love Key Talk.
Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. So make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Key Talk's aside, the Key Talk gang is greatly appreciated. Helps me out with the algorithm. Anyways. So Finesse2tymes has actually came out and he has said that he's having stomach complications. Now, as far as the stomach complications go, we don't know. Maybe it's because he's been sipping too much drink lately, or it could be potentially because of the surgery that he had. Of course, the internet took the surgery, turned it into a big joke, start calling it a BBL, when in actuality, yes, it was some type of lipo. Maybe it wasn't the name, maybe it wasn't lipo, but it was something to make you look skinnier or get skinnier, right? Of course, a lot of people do have complications whenever that actually happens. So he dropped a song called like Letter to the Devil, which is wild because he's pretty much like writing a letter to the devil, welcoming the devil into his life because he said he believing in God and believing in God ain't really working. So let's just give the devil a chance, right? You already know. Now, with that being said, there's also some other things that we're figuring out that could potentially be about mob ties within the song as well. So not only did he say that he's having stomach complications, but he's still sipping. But also he said the label is playing with my money. Now, this is something that all the artists eventually say. Every artist that signs always eventually start complaining about the money, right? Now, it typically happens when the artists aren't as hot as they once was, and then of course potentially money start running low and all type of stuff like that, that actually goes on. Now in this particular case, we don't know if it's either the money running low or we don't know if the labels actually just doing what labels do, right? I mean, there's all type of contracts that these artists be inside of. I keep telling y'all this. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Most of the artists that signs are literally contractual slaves. They sign these contracts, they get inside of these deals, don't really be knowing what they actually signing or what it actually is. It all looks good at the beginning, but at the end of the day, the label makes sure that the label wins, right? The artist can't do nothing about it because they're tied inside of a contract that they have to abide by the rules. So they're literally contractual slaves. Anyways, now with that being said, I don't know. I think Finesse2tymes is having some type of issues inside of Houston, Texas, potentially with some people because he came out and said something that I think could be very costly and risky to his life while he's inside of Houston, Texas. Because we already know that it's a whole lot of rappers that's dying inside of Houston, Texas that ain't from Houston, Texas. Of course, a lot of Cash Desto, Takeoff. It's just really a long list of artists. Even the politician's son that everybody reported on that potentially thought it was D-Baby. I mean, a lot of people that's not from Houston, Texas end up dying inside of Houston, Texas. And Finesse2tymes took to Instagram and he said, I said what I said, and if any in Houston feel a way I'm outside, come kill me. And don't call my phone if you ain't trying to meet up and crash out. It's only so much good can take. So I don't know what it is, but this to me sounds like a S aside. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna really say the word, if y'all can hopefully get what I'm saying. The S word where you do it to yourself and off yourself. This sounds like one of those notes to me. Now, of course, it ain't saying that, but from what it looks like, it definitely looks like it, right? I mean, if you're inside of Houston, Texas, where a whole lot of artists is not from there end up dying, and you say, I said what I said, and if anybody in Houston feel any type of way I'm outside, you know how street works, right? People gonna think that he calling them saying that they ain't about that, you know what I'm talking about? And in today's modern day and time, with all the killing that's going on, especially within the inner cities, at any time anybody feel like that you're trying to play them for that P word, you know what I'm talking about, for a kitty cat, you know what I'm talking about, they're going to do what they have to do to prove that, hey, listen, it ain't none of that around here, you know what I'm talking about, everybody solid, everybody hard, and everybody going to stand on business, you know what I'm talking about, so whatever Buddy going through, I don't know, I think he should probably cool out, especially the words that he say, unless he just really ready for war and don't care about life at all, and if he die, he die. Like, if you just like that, then it is what it is, you know what I'm talking about, but I know there's going to be people that's going to take what he's saying, even they may even take it out of context, which could then result into, pressure. And of course, pressure can result in deaths. So, just avoid all that together, right? But yeah, I just want to update y'all and pretty much let y'all know those few things that's happening with Finesse2tymes. Also, with him saying that the label's playing with his money, a reason that's got people potentially thinking that it is mob ties. Because when I posted this, people did say Jay Prince is finessing finesse because finesse be finessing a lot of people, right? I went to his following, and on his following, it doesn't look like he's following anybody from Mob Ties at all. With inside of his on his Instagram account, when I look at his Instagram account, it doesn't look like he not only does not look like he's following anybody, in his bio, he don't even have anything about Mob Ties at all. It used to be like, say something like FNG Mob Ties or Mob Ties FNG, kind of like together as one, but it doesn't say that. He just has Art of War, Me Against the World. So obviously from his profile, the bio of it, you can tell that he feels like it's him against the world. Art of War, Me Against the World, then it says FNG CEO. He says Pound CEO. So of course, what happens is this, right? A lot of these artists end up starting their own labels, but their label that they actually start is an imprint of whatever label that they're actually already signed to inside of a contract. So it's kind of like they get inside of a contract, and then while they're still in their contract, most of the time stuck in their contract, then they may go start their own label, but they're still personally still stuck inside of that contract. Now, seeing the fact that another label will be considered another entity, unless they have it in their contract that, okay, if you start another label, we own that, a portion of that as well. Maybe they don't. Who knows? It would be smart to not have it in there. But at the same time, like I say, he does have his own artists as well. So who knows? Maybe his artists got the same deal he got, or maybe they don't. But anyways, as I'm looking at this, something's probably going on within the whole Mob Ties and Finesse2tymes. So, like I said, he always at least followed one of them, whether it was just Jay Prince or something like that. But he ain't following none of them at all. So, we don't have much more details on that, other than the fact of what he said in his song, that they playing with the money. Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about his entire ordeal. I'm out.